Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading of October 15 through the 21st, 2023. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. Thank you so much for being here, finding your way to me. If you're new to my channel, it's real important to me that you at least like the video if you don't want to subscribe. But of course, I would love to have you subscribe because I am trying to grow my spiritual community here. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for supporting me. How was your week? For me, last week was pretty intense. I felt like there was a lot of roller coaster stuff that was happening, not only planetarily, in terms of, this whole incident over in the Middle East, but also just collectively, it just felt as though some of the energies were really, it really just felt like highs and lows, like peaks and valleys, right? I don't know how you guys experienced it, but I'm kind of glad to be over that little bit of a hump. Yesterday was the new moon and the solar eclipse. I don't know if you were able to see that where you live. We didn't have like the complete ring didn't hit me here in Arizona, but it did. There was shadow, right? So that was really interesting. I did do my manifestations. You still have time to do your work if you want to work on creating for the new moon, because the energy is still very high today. And so what you do is you get yourself a piece of paper, put your big circle, put all the stuff that you want to manifest and create, not only for yourself, but for your family, your community, the planet. And then what you're ready to release goes on the outside, right? So conflict and war and, we really need to come together. We need to really come together in order to really transmute a lot of the energy that's here. And hopefully we will get that done in our lifetimes, right? Okay, so the Spirit has guided me to pull a card from the secret language of light for you today. And then I'm going to do a Celtic cross to give you information for your week. And then I'm going to finalize with your 5 main themes. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull a card. And I am going to read from the book. I'm finding that the messages are quite beautiful. And the intention behind this light language, the way that I understand that this person that created these beautiful cards, created this deck, was they just tapped into their higher self. I mean, look at how beautiful some of these cards are. They're just gorgeous, right? I just love the imagery. I love that whole, anyway, they feel really great to me. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Let me split the deck. I've always been guided to do 3 piles like you see most. And then once I pull those together, I'm asked to split them one more time. So that's what we're going to do. And your card is Enlightenment. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and I just realized that I was just talking about manifesting for the planet. So we can bring this planet into enlightenment. And right in the very center, can you see it, is the Earth. Wouldn't you love to see her glowing like this? Because that means if she's glowing like this, so are we, right? Okay, let's read what the card reads here before we get into your reading. Evolution is guaranteed. I had just heard one day in my reading, in my meditation space this week, that no one's going to be left behind. It's all a choice at this point. It's all a choice in terms of, it's all a choice in terms of whether or not you go through the ascension path or whether you go on the devolution path. Because not only is there ascension, but there's also we're moving up, spiraling up, and there will be souls that will continue to spiral down because that's kind of what they want to experience. That's what that experience is for them. That's what they choose, right? I was also told in my meditations that we can no longer, it's kind of like no longer put out there that you're trying to save others, that you need to awaken others. I was told that the work is truly within us and that we are the ones that have to just work on ourselves. If each individual did the work, did the clearing of their shadow self, really worked at getting things into balance, right? If every single soul did that, the whole planet would just zoom right up. So it really comes down to us to do the work. Anyway, okay, here we go. So here's your beautiful card. I want you just to think about this card. I wonder if there's a way I can do everything to prop this up with. No, I don't. But that's a good idea. I'll have to remember that. You know what? Let me write that down so I'll remember to do that so I can. Hang on just a second. Sorry to. Sometimes when you get those thoughts, you just got to act in the moment, right? Okay. Leo, enlightenment. You are awakening from your old habits and patterns. At times, you may feel bewildered or not quite like yourself. Relax, all is well. You are just keeping up with your evolution and the life that you desire. Your body and mind are adjusting and adapting to your new and loving soul perspective. It is common for your mind or body to resist. I can vouch for that. React or panic when you experience the unfamiliar or unknown. However, from this higher vantage, you can change any story that splits you in two and heal any wounds. You are not trying to replace a negative memory with a positive one. Instead, see all the components of a memory so that a new conclusion can form. An unbalanced memory recreates the trauma every time it is talked about or remembered. That was another thing that came to me this week too, changing your story. Okay. This event or person will be blamed for pain in your life today. A balanced memory has no charge or activation and becomes wisdom. You may even come to see a challenge as the best thing that ever happened to you. Once you change and heal your option, enlightenment will shine through as wisdom. What a beautiful card, Leo. I love this card. Okay, let's see. Let me stick this back in the book. Evolution. Okay. That's a great way to start. I don't know why, but my nose all of a sudden. So who out there has got a runny nose? Pick it up. Okay, here we go. So here's the deck that I'm going to use. This is the Morgan Greer deck. I was using a different deck the other day when I started this round of readings. Okay, so as I shuffle, I would just like you to just take a deep breath in. I want you to start by letting all the air out of your lungs before you take your deep breath in. So let's just take a breath in and hold it. and just let it out. If you do that a couple of times, you can really feel your body calm down, right? Because the breath controls those mechanisms in there. Okay, what do our Leos need to know? What is hurting or helping them? What is their main focus? What is supporting them? What's the long-term energy? What are the external influences? Okay, let's go. Ooh, okay, so you're starting out as the Queen of Pentacles. I'll get more into that in a second. Okay, right off the bat, I see a lot of you are healing, going through big healing cycle. And that makes sense. Like we're really hitting a lot of energy too. We have another eclipse coming in 2 weeks. And this is a lot of energy for us to move through. It seems like all of this energy leads up to the 11/11, which is the Lion's Gate, right? Except the Lion's Gate is actually 8/8. But there is another portal that happens on the 11/11. But yeah, we are gearing up, that's for sure. Okay, so you have one major arcana. We have 1, 2. We have 2 wands energies. We have 1, 2, 3 pentacles. Some cups, swords. Okay. You've got around pretty much a balanced amount of information in this reading for you so far. You start out as the Queen of Pentacles. And what this card represents is this is representing your main focus at this time, the energies that are around you. And the Queen of Pentacles, I love her energy, actually. I love the Queen of Pentacles because I am an earth sign. I'm an earth sign and I get it. She is self-made. She's a self-made person. She could be a person that has done quite well for herself, just working out of her home. She knows how to make money. She knows how to create a comfortable home space. She's very warm. She's very caring. She's good at nurturing. She's a good teacher. She's kind. She has all of those characteristics about creating physical security, wealth. She has excellent health. Now, this could represent you. This could be your energy that you are this queen at this time, or this is someone that's very close to you that is you're tapping into. But I feel that most of you are this queen energy this week, okay? What is helping or hindering you is the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands on the Rider-Waite deck, you know, he's got all these wands, but he grew those wands. He created these wands from seed, right? Because that's the way that it works. You plant seeds and you nurture them and you watch them grow, and then it comes time for harvest. Well, that's what this card is. This is a harvest of your inspiration, your creativity, your passion, your motivation, and your intuition. And, you know, his harvest, he's taking his harvest home. So in the Rider-Waite deck, he's very close to his home. You can see his home is just right, you know, right there. So while he is carrying this heavy burden in this moment, which is what this represents in a way, is he's also going to get to rest. He's also going to get to enjoy the fruits of his harvest. Okay, so that's kind of what this is. This is an ending card. And tens typically talk about completions, ending of a chapter, ending of a situation, those types of things. Okay, so that's what that energy is. Where your mind is this Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, by the way, this 10 energy does represent your fire, right? Because you're a fire sign. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So something that you've worked on is now in completion, or you're finalizing that right now, right, during this next week. This Six of Swords, this is a card of it's kind of like a rite of passage. This is what this is really telling me is that a lot of you have really gone through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of difficulty, actually. And it could be emotionally, but I feel like it's a lot more mental. Like it's really been messing with your, excuse me, with your mind. And if you look at the card, you probably can't see it very well, but the waters right here look quite choppy. I don't know how to get this better on here. But the water in the front of the boat or behind the boat looks quite choppy. And then the water in that she's going towards is calm. So it's moving from a bad situation into a better situation. Okay. This is taking everything with you. She has got, there's a woman in the boat and she's got a child typically sitting next to her, and they're going to calmer shores. They're going to go start a new life. They are going to get themselves out of harm's way. Now, a lot of times they talk about the guy that's is the ferryman. This ferryman back here, he represents help coming in when you least expect it. Okay, that there's always going to be help. And the reason why I bring that up is because of, you know, spirit has always got our back. When you're in your lowest moments, do you find that's when you call on God? Do you find that that's when you just ask, you know, you want to give it over at that point? But by that point, your energy is just, it's like there's nowhere else to go, right? And the message that's coming in is you can ask for help all along the way. Don't feel that you have to get to this point where you're running to safety, where you're running from, you know, all of this difficulty in your past. You can ask for help along the way. Spirit is here. Your angels are here. Your higher self is here to work with you, and they want you to call on them. Okay, just try it. See if it works out for you. Start talking to them. Whenever I drive anywhere, I always talk. I actually, this is what I do when I drive. I ask the archangels to protect my car by asking 4 angels on each side, right? So I don't get into an accident. So nobody hits me. It's not that I'm worried about my own driving. I'm worried about everybody else out there, right? Are they in their body as they're driving down the road? Because a lot of times, I don't know if you notice this, but a lot of times people just completely pop out of their bodies when they're driving. It's like they allow their minds to take them wherever, they just go on automatic pilot. That happens so much, right? So I always protect my car. I ask the 4 angels to come in, protect my car, and then I talk to them the whole time I'm driving around because I'm usually by myself. So that's what I do. Works for me. Anyway, this is what this card represents for you, okay? Now, what is supporting you is the 9 of Wands. Now, this again is your energy, and this represents you in a very strong way. Because this energy is saying you've been through the fight, right? You have been really diligent doing your work. And this is saying that, yes, absolutely, you have been doing the work. Now, on the Rider-Waite deck, the guy that is on the Rider-Waite deck, he's got like a bandana around, I always call it a do-rag, right? He's got his do-rag around his head. because he's been working hard. And this is what this card is talking about, is your hard work is going to pay off. This is something that's very comfortable for you as a fire sign. You really know what this energy represents for you. But this is really saying that your hard work is paying off and you will be rewarded for that hard work. Okay. So what's in your past? The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles represents people that feel as though they've been left out in the cold. And what's really interesting is this card has been coming up almost in every reading that I've done for this next week. And I feel a lot of it has to do with us feeling like we've been left out of the cold because so many lies are surfacing. So much information is coming out about our government and about how the war machine works, you know, the industrial military complex, like all of these things are surfacing. And I just want you to know that it all has to surface. It absolutely all has to come up. As difficult as it's going to be for us, and as hard as it's going to be for many people to accept the information that's going to come through, it is so necessary. We cannot move forward. We cannot ascend. The earth will just go without us. And I don't know about you, but I want to go with her. I would love to move into the fifth dimension on her and be able to operate from that experience, right? Because from the information that I've received, now it doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% accurate, because at this point I always question everything, but I've always heard that this is one of those things that the creator had wanted humanity to experience, was the ability to move up while the planet took her step up. And the other thing is, more and more information is coming out about how many cycles of civilization has been on this planet as she has tried to take her move up. And we are just another variation of that civilization, right? But to get this down more into the day-to-day, this is looking like you may have been feeling as though you have been left out in the cold. You may have been feeling that you don't have anywhere to turn, or that you don't have anyone that really cares about you, especially like on this bigger, larger scale. But it looks like this is in your past. It looks like you are doing a lot of healing from this. And I would say that this is a really good opportunity to really dig into those abandonment issues, or those issues that you feel are unsupportive. Like, why would that energy be brought in? What is the lesson there for you? Okay, but this is in your past, so that's good. Moving forward, and what you're going to be experiencing within the next week, the next couple of days, is your one and only major arcana card, which is the Emperor. So this is the energy that you're going to be moving into. This is the energy. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be gender specific, as I always say. But the thing about the Emperor is this is representative of the masculine, the divine masculine energy. And even as women or men, it doesn't really matter, we all have male and female energies within us. There is a quotient of how much masculine and how much feminine that we have, right? And there are ways to kind of measure that if you know somebody that knows how to look at those scales. The Emperor energy is about authority, it's about leadership, and it's about focus, right? Very focused, very clear vision, very focused individual. I always relate this to my Donald Trump card, not necessarily as a president, but as a businessman. It could represent him as the president, but in this situation, I always look at it as the businessman, because this card is about a person that was an entrepreneur. This is about a person that can see the bigger picture. This is a person that knows how to find the best talent, find the best resources. This is just a very resourceful individual. This individual is warm, is caring. He can, if he's got a vision, he can walk on other people in order to get what he wants. And that would be more of the shadow side of that personality or that quality in this. So another thing that happens with the emperor is that sometimes the emperor will ask for guidance, but then he goes on his gut, his mind, heart, and is intuition as to how to move forward. So this card actually does represent the Ram. I believe that the Emperor energy is for Aries. But this information is also, how is Aries part? Yeah, so Aries is a fiery energy. So you understand this energy as well, Leo. So I think what this card is saying is that you really need to step up. You need to step into your leadership skills, whatever that may mean for you. It could very well be that you just need to live your life by example. You don't have to go around and preach to people how they should be or what they should think or any of those things. But what you can do is live your life by the example that you want to lead so that others can see, right? Because from your action, because that's the energy that represents Leo, is the action energy, right? Action, fast moving, intuitive, passionate, all of those energies. So this is either you or this is somebody that you're working with. This is a mentor, this is a professional, something along those lines that you will be tapping into this next week. And I don't know why, but my nose is ready to go. Okay. And then our long-term energy is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a card of, sixes have to do with persevering, keep going, overcoming obstacles. This is also my child card. On the Rider-Waite deck, we have children. So we have this courtyard, and there is a guard in the courtyard. So they're very protected, these children, and they're playing like out in the courtyard. And the boy is handing the girl a flower, which is what's happening right here. He's giving her flowers, right? So the lilies represent compassion and purity of thought and taking action. But the cups represent our heart space and our emotions and a place of feeling how we feel about things. Okay. So what I'm picking up here is that regardless of what is going on, you have a place of comfort. You have a place of safety. And I would say this is probably your home or your sanctuary space that you've created for yourself. Sometimes guys just feel really more comfortable in their garage space because they've got all their stuff and their tools and their, man guy stuff. But that's kind of what this long-term energy represents. External influences is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is a gift from God. It's a gift, as you can see. This hand is coming out of the clouds with this seed of pentacles here. And you've got the red rose here, which the red rose represents wisdom, love, courage, and action. And we've got this lily again, which represents purity of thought. So you've got both of them here, right? Coming out from this, being handed to you by the hand of God. And you're in this luscious, very beautiful garden here so that you can plant your seed. And there is a path that goes right through the center, through this gate right here. And in the very back is the mountains, way in the back. So the mountains in tarot represent achievements. So basically what this is God is handing you a seed. This does represent health. It represents your home. It represents money. It represents your creature comforts. Excuse me, it represents your possessions. So you're going to have an opportunity this next week. And what are you going to do with that opportunity? You have to take that opportunity and you have to nurture it. So if God handed you a seed, would you plant the seed? A lot of times opportunities come to us and we don't recognize the opportunity, so it goes by. So all I'm saying is be aware that a good opportunity is coming your way. It could increase your ability to make money. It could be answers to a health issue that you have. What else, Spirit? This is a seed also being planted in you. This is a seed being planted in you so that you can recognize and realize that you can create abundance for yourself. You are the magic seed. Everything comes from you. So if you have limiting beliefs about money or where you are, you got to look at those. You have to look at those energies. You have to look at those thoughts. How did those thoughts get planted in your mind, in your garden? Are they really your thoughts? Or are they energies that you grew up with? I grew up very poor. My family, I have 6 older brothers, and my mom raised 7 children as a bookkeeper. Like, she was really having to stretch that dollar, right? All my brothers are older. I'm the baby of the family. So you can imagine what fun that must have been, because my mom did go through she went through the Great Depression. She went through, World War II. She went through all the wars up into, all the way through Vietnam War. Some of my brothers actually went to Vietnam and fought in that war. So the thing that what I'm trying to express here is that we didn't have anything. The fun thing was we didn't realize that we were poor because we had a lot of love in our family. So you got to look at how those seeds got planted within you. And are those messages truly yours? Do you really believe that you are not worthy? Because I'm telling you, you are a sovereign being. You have the ability to create. And the thing is your mind will cancel out. So let's say, oh, I really want to be able to, manifest a new house. And then there's the other part of you that says, oh, I just don't know how I'm ever going to do that. And I don't know if I deserve it. So those types of things. You got to think about your thoughts. Like, are you putting out there really positive affirmations? And yet your mind is also then festering all the reasons why you can't have that, right? So you got to change those things. But this is a gift from God. And these are seeds that are being planted within you about your own prosperity, about your own abundance. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. That was a good message. Okay. Your future feelings about what's coming in for you is the King of Cups. Now, he is our lover king. He is just the kindest king. He is got a big heart. He is just true blue. He loves his family. So it's all of those positive things that you would imagine that the King of Cups would represent. He's very stable. He's very kind. He's very open. He knows how to create a warm home and create a lot of love in his life. His relationships are very important. Family is very important. So I feel like you're tapping into this king energy. Now, this could represent a person for you, but I really feel it is more of the energy of what this king represents, that you're trying to just live a life, right? Get your kids through school, get through, work, enjoy the benefits of, living life in a really positive, uplifting way. So this is the energy you're going to be tapping into. And then your final card is this Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords to me, so here is our Page of Swords. This is a younger person, a younger energy. This does have to do with the way that we think and how we feel about things, how we communicate, vocally. This guy is, you could be waiting for a message of some kind that's going to come in for you. So he's a messenger, as well as he is, what else do we need to know about the page spirit? So pages typically are about a new path or a new direction. So it could very well be that you're going to be thinking in a new way, or something's going to come in and it's going to give you an epiphany or a aha moment in terms of how you want to communicate moving forward. If you really do step into that leadership role, that would affect the way that you communicate, right? You might find that if you decide that you are going to step into that leadership role, that there is a whole bunch of things that kind of vibrate out because of that energy. It may change the way that you make decisions on things. Maybe you're going to look at things completely different in this moment. But that's the energy that's coming in as your final card for this week. I don't see any heavy hitters here. It looks pretty mild in comparison to some of the other readings that I've done. So now I'm going to pull your 5 main themes. And the first one is the gong, an exciting event. That sounds fun. Your second is eagle, which is triumph over troubles and triumphs over your obstacles. That's a good card. Oh, and then we have love. Yay. I love love. I think we need more love. Let's just spread the love. Okay. The next is well, family wishes come true. That's beautiful. And your last card is the scales. Keep your life in balance. That's a great message. Okay, Leo. That wraps up our reading for this week. It looks like you're going to have a great week. I don't see any heavy hitters for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like. It's so important so my message can get, spread out further so we can add more people to our beautiful community here. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have very good health this next week. Take very, very good care of you and go within, because enlightenment, right? We got this beautiful card here as your reminder. Spread your light. Okay, take care. Until next time, enjoy your week.